The Ghost and Mrs. Muir will not be presented tonight so that we may bring you the following special program.
This is David Jansen. Won't you be with us when the fugitive starts his second year of his life as a hunted man? 1 week from tonight, 10/9 Central Time.
This is a man of medicine, running away from a train wreck, freed on his way to death row by the fate that convicted him of murder. You will know him as the fugitive. Once dedicated to saving lives, he must now fear everyone he sees. Each person his potential executioner, and one in particular,
Somewhere in here.
his relentless pursuer.
Right now, they might just be realizing who James Lincoln really is. A convicted murderer.
Every second he lives is borrowed time till he finds the one man who can clear him, or until he is caught and executed.
He's innocent.
I don't philosophize. I hunt.
Watch David Jansen as The Fugitive every week on ABC.
Lucille Ball and Gail Gordon come sliding into your living room with bags full of laughter on Here's Lucy. It's the hilarious adventures of an employment agency manager and his unconventional secretary. He is demanding.
Well,
I don't want excuses. I want results.
She is rebellious. And as always, Lucy has her hand in everything. Lucy is regal.
May the bird of paradise reward you with a drumstick.
And along with her real-life teenagers, Lucy Arnaz and Desi Arnaz Jr., Lucy is exotic. Yes, it's Lucy. She's unpredictable.
Here we have the typical family breadwinner.
Boy, am I starved.
A typical loving wife. And a not quite so typical mother-in-law.
You're a small man. And I think it's just about time you realized it.
Samantha!
Just for laughs, there's Cousin Serena.
I am going to show you how entertaining I can be.
Sam!
And Uncle Arthur. Oh, yes, about the wife.
I'm a witch, too.
I forbid you to go down to that park tomorrow. Sorehead!
Follow Bewitched, where true love triumphs over witchcraft. Well, most of the time.
This is CBS.
On the Rockford Files,
I'm not Terrence Halsey.
Jim is mistaken for someone else and is whisked off to Mexico and into the arms of an heiress. Jim's in love and in trouble. Then Quincy's after a wife beater.
I didn't hit her with anything.
Friday, the Rockford Files at 9, 8 Central and Mountain, then Quincy. Right after After facts of life, a child is murdered and Quincy must act fast before the killer strikes again.
I'm not going to let him slip through my fingers and hurt somebody else.
Later tonight.
The Munsters are back, and the nuttiness is all new. The Munsters Revenge, a world premiere, then. Monster Disasters, actual footage. MGM Grand Fire, Mount St. Helens, Friday.
This is Ken Howard, and I play the Manhunter here on CBS every Wednesday night. On our show, the action never stops because crime never ends and the battle to capture those guilty never ends. Our stories are fast-moving and exciting. For explosive action that never stops, be sure to watch The Manhunter every Wednesday night, here on Channel 10.
Well, look who's here.
Why, for heaven's sake, Spring Byington.
Well, hi.
Hello. Nice to see you. Did you have a pleasant summer vacation? Wonderful, just wonderful. And you?
Now, look, you two girls, don't get talking. Now, we got to make a train.
Oh, I know, but I just had to drop in and say hello. Would you have time for an old trooper to step out of character for a moment?
Why, sure.
Well, I just wanted to tell you, not as a performer, but as a typical television viewer, how much I've enjoyed you this summer. Wonderful entertainment.
Oh, well, thanks.
And I know so many people who say Ethel and Albert are our favorite television friends.
Thank you, Spring. And Albert and I want to say goodbye to you and welcome back to Spring Byington.
Next week, over the same CBS station, Spring Byington and our wonderful television family will return for the fall in December Bride. We'll be watching. I know you will, too.
Saturdays on ABC. It's one of the biggest new hits of the season. It's Thundar the Barbarian, Princess Ariel, and Ookla in an all-new adventure show. And then it's Heathcliff, the cleverest cat in town.
I'm a high-performance pussycat.
With Dingbat and his crazy pals Spare Rib and Nobody. Followed by your old favorite Plastic Man.
Surprise!
And his new little son, Baby Blast.
Superhero!
In 90 minutes of all-new Saturday fun.
Your new afternoon lineup on CBS still begins with As the World Turns. But then it's The Guiding Light at 2. The Edge of Night at 2:30. Love is a Many Splendored Thing at 3. The Secret Storm at 3:30. All times 1 hour earlier, Central and Pacific. The new look in the afternoon begins Monday, September 11th.
Crazy antics and some serious swinging. Top pros and celebrities in the RFK tennis tournament. Then live, the conclusion of the most important track and field event next to the Olympics. World record holder Ronaldo Nehemiah races against the man whose record he broke. Then on ABC's Wide World of Sports, America's super swimmers, including Tracy Calkins and Jessie Vasayo, race for national titles and world records. Plus, spectacular Vid's first return to racing since his attempt at the Triple Crown. Sports excitement tomorrow on ABC.
6% unemployed have it the worst, but the 94% who are working don't have it so good either. The president's visit to China may help to heal some old wounds inflicted by us. On the cost of welfare, we'll probably get a bad solution because nobody has a good one. Now that we have spent a generation trying to solve other countries' problems, it really is time to solve our own while we still can.
David Brinkley, whose observations are like nobody else's. When David Brinkley's journal becomes a regular feature of NBC Nightly News, television's award-winning news program takes on a new look, a new dimension. NBC Nightly News, reported by John Chancellor, with broadcasting's largest worldwide news organization, NBC Nightly News. John Chancellor reports. David Brinkley looks at the world in David Brinkley's journal. The new NBC Nightly News look, beginning tomorrow.
Stay tuned for your favorite cartoon characters with Bugs Bunny leading the parade. Tomorrow at 7, chuckle with Mike O'Toole on The Jim Backus Show.
Next Wednesday on the CBS Late Movie.
Let me taste sweet revenge, please.
Back from the dead, he terrorizes the living.
The Baron's will not only dominated this castle, but all the valley below.
Joseph Cotton, Elke Summer in Baron Blood.
Sunday. A raging inferno flares in the far reaches of space, leaving Battlestar Galactica powerless to help herself. Then,
I'm going to have a child. His name will be Jesus.
come. Celebrate the first Christmas, the Nativity.
Tomorrow night on ABC. NBC Week is The Jimmy Stewart Show. In a 3-gallon hat or with a half-pint child, this professor, father, and grandfather is always close to the fun in his first TV series, The Jimmy Stewart Show, Sunday of NBC Week.
Someone is trying to kidnap me. If they succeed, I want you to find me.
Christopher George, William Wyndham, John Vernon, Gloria Graham. Escape. Escape.
You're all going to die.
Escape.
Hi, I'm Carol Burnett, and I'd like to take a few seconds to talk to you about Carol Burnett and Friends, which airs on this station every day. Harvey Korman, Vicki Lawrence, Tim Conway, and other of your favorite stars have fun doing it, and we're sure you'll have fun watching it. For comedy and entertainment, watch Carol Burnett and Friends right here on Channel 3.
Saturday, take country star Jerry Reed, add his fun-loving sidekick, and aim them toward New Orleans. Add a police chase, some thugs who are after their money and their lives. Then round it out with a beautiful lady in distress. Put them all together and you got America's hot new fun-loving cowboys on the new hit series, The Concrete Cowboys Saturday.
This is CBS.
Friday, in a special 1-hour Different Strokes, Arnold sets up a TV audition for Larry.
It was all my idea.
It could mean a move to New York for the Alders, but Ruthie wants to stay put, and the battle is on.
I don't want to live in New York. Oh, excuse me.
Different Strokes. Then, it's Jim and the girl from the camera commercial on the season premiere of The Rockford Files. Then, I Shine.
All right, let's get him now.
The dramatic conclusion of Only the Pretty Girls Die. It all happens Friday on NBC.
A special movie preview of a new fall series, Heart to Heart. A couple of jet-set adventurers try to find the killer of their best friend, but end up caught in the same death trap.
We're getting out of here right away, or I swear to God I'm becoming a nun.
Heart to Heart.
Tonight.
Come and see Lots of Luck. Dom DeLuise needs it, deserves it, but somehow never quite gets his share in a brassy new series coming this fall.
Come see NBC Saturday Play.
Come and see the Snoop Sisters. Helen Hayes and Mildred Natwick as they merrily meddle in crime fighting. New on the NBC Wednesday mystery movie this fall.
Come see NBC Saturday Play.
Come and see Diana. She's smart, warm, and with it as she takes over her brother's bachelor apartment and makes her own Declaration of Independence. Watch lovely Diana Rigg, where she charms her way past the legendary pitfalls of Manhattan. She's delightful, she's delicious, she's Diana, a 5'8" beauty of a comedy series this fall.
Come and see NBC Saturday Play.
Who's the man in the black mask whose trademark's a silver bullet when he rides his snow-white horse? It's the Lone Ranger and Tonto, his Indian friend, who bring you blazing six-gun thrills and action and adventure every week on the Lone Ranger.
There were few towns along the Texas border that Bill Longley could ride into as a stranger. In every dusty community, he'd find his reputation waiting for him, and some fast gun eager to earn the right to a bigger one. And the Texan, a man dedicated to law and order, once again would be forced to add to a reputation he never wanted. It made no difference that the Texan had a strong sense of justice, that in every dispute he took the side of the law. Except by the few who really knew him, He was respected, feared, or hated for just one reason. He was the top gun.
Nobody could kill both brave boys unless he drew first.
Nobody but the Texan.
Be sure to watch The Texan, starring Rory Calhoun.
A story breaks. A reporter's day begins.
This is Mobile One, go ahead.
Combing the city inside and out.
Wind up this Tinker Toy, Junior. We're going flying.
For the leads, the breaks,
Doctor, this is an emergency.
the hunches
Do you have an alibi for last night?
that become the evening news. Mobile One.
In this age of jet flight, short hops to the Earth's far corners, a traveler like Roy Markham comes into his own. The broad boulevards of Paris, the liquid avenues of Venice, the twisting back streets of Algiers. Each may be a high road to adventure. Inveterate traveler, student of human nature, criminal investigator on a global scale. This is Markham. A man who thrives in an atmosphere of exciting people, places, and events. Remember the name, Markham.
Sunday at 8, 7 Central.
Yes!
Mork's pals pitch in when his best friend passes on.
What can you say about a caterpillar?
And Stanley's mother-in-law moves in for keeps.
You're gonna have to choose between her and me.
With the Ropers. Then,
You're gonna be gone before you know it.
We're never going to get along.
when a cop becomes a best-selling author, everything comes the hard way.
Killer.
Dennis Weaver is stoned.
Tomorrow, starting at 8, 7 Central and Mountain on ABC.
Aunt Henrietta. Come in, Phoebe, dear. Oh, do sit down. On what? I recommend your hind quarters.
How do you think that I'd look with a mustache?
Isn't anyone going to say bless you?
That's what you get for asking a girl. Come on.
Nanny's not a girl. Nanny's Nanny.
Senor Zorro, at your service. In real life, of course, I'm Guy Williams. Just another American citizen who enjoys, as you do, our great heritage of fields, forests, and streams. These conservation stamps, produced by the National Wildlife Federation, remind us to protect and preserve our public lands, our state and national parks, our wildlife preserves, and recreation areas. They belong to us, to you and me. Let's do all we can to protect them for ourselves and our children to enjoy for the years to come. If you'll write the National Wildlife Federation, Washington 12, D.C., or consult your local conservation agencies, they will tell you what to do to protect our great public lands. Thank you, and adios.
Rock on Friday night at 11:30 with Queen, Leon Russell, Heatwave, Bob Marley, The Jam, Kate Bush, Ian Dury, Clash, and Liar. Rock and roll at its wildest and best, with visual images to go along with it. Simulcast in stereo on K-West. Rock on Friday night at 11:30 on Channel 2. It's outrageous.
Of a magic ring summon Shazam, the greatest of all genies. Join Chuck, Nancy, and Kabubi on their incredible journey through the Arabian Nights. It's magic. It's Shazam, coming up next.
Take a touch of Andy Gibb. Add Dara Sadaka. A portion of Hitsville. The Captain and Tennille. And you've got the Neil Sedaka Touch. A very special. Watch the Neil Sedaka Touch on this station.
The Neil Sedaka Touch, Saturday night at 7 here on TV 7.
His qualifications are brains, brawn, and just plain guts. His name is Mannix. Be watching when Mike Connors stars as Mannix, special investigator for Intertech, in a whirlwind new action series right here in Mannix.
It's all happening here on this channel this fall. 7 wonderful nights of viewing the most popular regular shows of television, plus an outstanding schedule of special programs. So starting Tuesday, September 5th, get in the winner's circle on CBS.